Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Ragnhild-D. I really don't know what these hakke names. Someone correct me out there. But the important thing about this shotgun is that it gets higher zoom, significantly higher zoom, than every other shotgun in the game as far as I'm aware. Standard shotguns have a zoom value of 12 or 1.2 times zoom. This shotgun, whether it was intended or not, it's recognized in the API, has a zoom level of 1.6 times zoom or 16 zoom as a stat. So this is really important, and I call this a rangefinder style effect because back in D1 at least, some shotguns had rangefinder on them, and that would increase the zoom of the shotgun by 10%. Having higher zoom on a weapon is kind of what I dub the rangefinder style effect, because it's really important because it maximizes your one-hit kill range. The way it does this is because when you zoom in, the higher magnification you have, it's like being that much closer to the target. If I have 1.6 times magnification, when I aim down sight, it's like I'm that much closer, like I'm shooting from that distance ahead, even though I'm not there. That is the effect of zoom on weapons, and you can imagine that's really important on a shotgun, because that's going to maximize on not only the distance you can deal significant damage and how much damage you deal at distance for cleanups, but most importantly to many people, your one-hit kill range. And yes, from what I could tell, this weapon did both of those correctly. It had both better damage at range than even opening shot shotguns that are very ideally rolled, and it has a better one-hit kill range than those same opening shot high-range shotguns. Perhaps the best part about this weapon is, as you can see here, you can actually forge it. You can make your own roll of this, and it has some pretty decent rolls. In terms of the roll that I chose a handling masterwork. It's an aggressive frame, I forgot to mention that, but I chose a handling masterwork with it, and I didn't choose range because, I think handling is just really important to build into with this weapon. It doesn't have quick draw, it doesn't have threat detector, things like that. So building into handling matters more, although you could do range if you like. I went full choke, although barrel shroud is also very good to bump it up to 55 handling from 46. Accurize to extend its range. Also, full choke really doubles down on the fact that you need to aim down sights with it to get the most benefit, to get that zoom benefit. So I think full choke just makes sense to really maximize the potential of this. And then I chose perpetual motion to get a handling boost when moving around, or boost the handling as much as possible. And then I chose frenzy because not only is it another way to just boost handling just by playing the game, it boosts damage. And if this weapon has increased damage and it maintains damage better at range, that might actually let us get some pretty wild cleanups or even one-shot kills with this weapon zoom. So I think it's pretty synergistic. You can, of course, go for Thresh, which all these perks also have enhanced versions, I should mention, but you can go for Thresh, you can go for Demo if you like. Elemental Capacitor if you're playing an Arc class. Elemental Capacitor is probably a no-brainer. Those are most likely, though, the best options. So overall, the fact that this weapon is craftable, I think is enough reason to kind of dive into it, but the fact that it has 1.6 times zoom, which I believe, if I'm correct off the top of my head, is even higher zoom than hand cannons, that's really, really strong. In terms of the numbers, though, to get into that, when me and Cammy were testing it, this weapon went about 8.5 to 9 meters before seeing any sort of damage drop off. That means 22 and 23 damage per pellet at 8.5 to 9-ish meters. And compared to a 56 range full choke opening shot found verdict, which is Cam's perfectly rolled version, it was only able to maintain its damage before getting damage drop off until 8 meters. And in terms of one-hit kill range, this hakke shotgun was able to one-hit kill at 9 meters, whereas the found verdict could only one-hit kill up until 8 meters. So it not only deals better damage at range for cleanups, but as I mentioned, it does have a 1 meter further one-hit kill potential. So again, this shotgun is seeming pretty good. The downsides I'd say to this shotgun is the fact that it doesn't have opening shot. It's not going to be able to reap the benefits of that accuracy boost and that aim assist. So if you're using this, I strongly suggest using a shotgun targeting mod, at least one of them with it. And the other thing about this weapon, I'd say, is that because it is going to have that higher magnification, you do have to have better centering, especially for controller players. You're not going to be able to like ADS and then drag to your target or track your target easily because you have that much zoom, that much magnification. You have to kind of be lined up with the target and centered already, then aim down sights and shoot, which is all the more reason why handling is just so important to stock up on this gun to make sure that you can ADS really quickly. But you have to do that. You can't really drag shot. For mouse and keyboard players, that's not going to be as much of an issue. So if you want to go for this weapon, again, it's craftable. You can forge it, you can craft it. So I don't know. I'd probably try it out at the least because, again, longer one-hit kill distance is pretty good. In terms of its place in the meta, I don't think this is going to be super meta defining. I think the existence of it in the meta will be because it's a good craftable shotgun and it has something great and unique about it that is really high potential. But it's not going to compare so much still to Chaperone even now after the nerf, slug shotguns, fusions, etc. Shotguns are probably the most well-tempered of the special weapons right now, at least individually. They're still very versatile when being combined with other weapons like hand cannons, etc. But individually, they're not going to compare still to other special weapons, but this weapon will contest them just a little bit better because of its zoom. So overall, I think this weapon is definitely something that if you've been lacking a reason to dive into weapon crafting or forging, do it for this one. It's really strong. It's unique. If you're a shotgun player, which I don't know anyone in this game that can do without a good solid shotgun, I would go for this. It seems excellent. It has meta potential. I think it will have an impact on the meta, but it won't be maybe the top. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.